On AVAX, we also have a very similar scenario. Zoom out to weekly. That's a massive demand zone right here. Okay. Previously, let's see it. That's it. Previously, what we had here, a demand zone. Yeah, that's it. Look at this. Okay, we had what? Movement upward, consolidation, aggressive movement upward. That's what? A demand zone. Okay, to cover the entire consolidation and then click on play. You can see that price usually tends to retest this demand zone before we trade higher again. That's it. Okay, anyway, here we go. Okay, so we reject, and of course, we don't buy blindly. We zoom into our time frames, wait for those to take over, and then jump in. The exact same thing is happening because now we have a demand here, and price is where? Around the demand. That's it. That's why we're looking for buy setups. We can see that from daily time frame. That's our last major high, lining up with these lows. From H4 time frame, that's our last high, which is already broken, right? So we can also draw a trend line here, make an offset for it. We have a channel. This high is broken. So the bulls, definitely took over from a short-term perspective. That's it. Here we go. Okay, let's go for blue here. Fantastic, right? And now I'm waiting for the same logic. This zone is very similar to this zone, right? Lows and highs, but these ones are bigger because they are from daily, but this one are smaller because they are from H4. So bulls took over, short-term tick, waiting for the bulls to take over from a medium-term tick, and then of course from a long-term perspective, this is our last previous high from where? From weekly time frame. Yeah, you go to weekly, zoom a little bit in. That's it. That's our last major high. And look, usually how clean the weekly time frame is. Okay, a low here, a high here. Price failed to make a higher high, instead made a lower high. Okay, so previously higher high, higher high, higher high, then failed to make a higher high, made a lower high. Then this one, this low was broken. A break, a classic retest to it, and then boom, bearish. Okay, and now following the same logic here, but here price failed to make a lower low, instead making an equal low or even a higher low, right? So this one is now this one is higher than this one anyway. Okay, and now this is the last major high. The exact same logic we applied here. Low broken, retest, traded lower. So we might have a break, a retest, and then here we go. Okay, this is of course from a long-term perspective. For now, let's take it step by step, short-term, medium-term, and then we'll long-term, which we saw from weekly now. Okay. Lena pumped this week. Okay, we'll check Lena. Okay, Sustain Empire. Okay, crypto tokens are pumping now, but NWC is dipping. Please, can you explain? Sure. Okay, I'll give you an example of Sustain Empire. Let me. Okay, of course, like NWC is not dipping; it's stuck inside the range. Okay, and usually you will find multiple coins that are not usually following the overall market. I'll give you an example. For example, QNT. Okay, on QNT you can clearly see while it was going up, like Bitcoin was going down, right? And now it's stuck inside a consolidation while Bitcoin is going up in a very strong manner. Okay, this is one example. I'll show you one more. I'll show you one more example. I will go for CHZ. Yes. On CHZ, here we go. Right. So let me give you an example about supply and demand as well. Yeah. Okay. First of all, we got a demand zone here. Price retested it, as you can see here, traded higher. Now we are forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern, a big one. So left, head, and the right is forming now. For the boost to take over from a long-term perspective, you can see my alert right here, 0.3. We need to see a break above this entire zone. For now, we're expecting a bullish movement from here. Of course, we might still trade a little bit lower. I have my alert down there in case we trade it lower. But anyway, I want to answer your question about like this movement. For example, on XMR, for example, okay, no matter if the market is going down, what is it? I guess I have one. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so no matter if market is going up and down, you can see XMR stuck inside a big range. That's one example on KDA. Okay, that's it. You can see that we are trading lower or inside the range, while of course like Bitcoin and so on is pumping. Okay, so like some coins, they don't actually move exactly like about Bitcoin analysis, and then, which is of course like something good, because like we don't really want 20,000 coins to move in the same direction, right? So we we don't really need that. Okay, so like we need coins to move at different times, at different periods, and so on. So and like yeah, and like on NWC when we had this aggressive movement upward previously, which was here, Bitcoin was actually going down, right? So that's basically it. Okay, okay. Mark requested Aptos and Sol, Lena for Bukharic. I guess Lena is where is Lena? Okay, let me check. Yeah, that's it. Let's go for Lena. Let's go for Sol. And what requested Mark? Aptos. Yeah, I don't really like the hype of Aptos, but let's do it. Okay, where we are? How many coins do we have on the list? Okay, that's it. So let's go for these ones: MATIC, Lena, Sol, and Aptos APT, and then we will see if we'll have some time, and then if I still have some energy, of course, like we have time, but like it actually depends on on my voice, because like I will be talking for 1 hour straight if I will be able to continue or not. But like I'll try my best to keep going as much as possible. Cheers. So on MATIC, we know that from daily time frame. Oops, we have so much drawings here. Let's remove this one. These are the drawings from last week. So we had this channel that we wanted the boost to break above this high for them to take over. We had our impulse correction, and now we are in this next impulse movement upwards. If you zoom into H1 time frame, okay, so like as you see, like a price followed our analysis. Like it happens that this specific one price followed this zone here. So waiting for the buyers to break above this to be able to trade higher. Meanwhile, for the buyers to take over, you need to see a break below this zone. So like this is why you see the drawings here. If you break it down, we will be expecting a bearish movement till this like box that you see here, and then we'll be expecting the buyers to take over again. We trade it higher. So now this like one is broken already. Let's update it, and let's update it from where? From H4 time frame. Fantastic. Let's go to H4, and that's it. Okay, and offset for it. That's it. We are currently around the upper bound. If we trade lower again, we'll be looking for a trend following by setup, right? And next, our next resistance would be around the 1 round number, which you can clearly see right here. So for the bullish to take over from a long-term perspective, we need to see this break like this. Okay. That's basically it. And meanwhile, we are around the upper bound, just like the S500 and so on. But of course, we can still trade higher from here. This is just might be a correction, just like here, consolidation, correction. We might trade like this, trade higher again. So for the best to take over, you need to zoom into lower time frames. That's our last minor low for now. If broken downwards, the bears will take over for a correction movement, just like what happened here. Correction started, impulse started, correction might start, impulse will start. Okay. Okay, on Lena, I can't really say much for this one because like I don't like this range, but like yeah, as per our drawings, this is the last like all-time low, and I'm not really sure about this one. I'm not really sure why we drew it. Okay, maybe it should be here. I guess it should be here. Okay, fine. Anyway, price rejected this area, and we had a break above this high right here. So yeah, the boost took over here, and we'll be expecting a bullish movement just like this one here. Okay, that's it for Lena.